you? Don't feel too bad you couldn't end him altogether. Not like any of the rest of us were able to, as you can plainly see. Instead, mayhaps go kick him while he's down. Happy to help with that.
Quite see the docks from here. Acceptable. Still in their shades. Not a chance.
Something to really think about. You're headed back our way. First an underworld victory, and next perhaps one here.
I see what you now seek to do. With the Titan Kronos reeling from his latest loss, it is an opportunity to aid Olympus in its plight. Shine forth then for the gods. Phase shift.
What? Fine work as always. Where to this time?
yet this eve. Mike's claiming it'll make you nigh invincible, but here's a little traveler's insurance just in case.
Should head to the main square. That rotten boar again. Heracles could handle it.
You sprang forth from underneath that gloom onto our world's surface, have you, Flower? If you mean to visit our mountain, merely follow the path of desolation leading straight to us.
So many different streets.
Proper way, my dear. You bought this mountain of ours a bit of extra time, so we are bolstering our defenses as best we can. Thus, I'm beseeching you to hurry back.
Pure water.
I see an outcropping.
That boatman's good at taking messages, isn't he? Almost like taking corpses down into the underworld like he used to. Nothing to do for those these days. Except...
Back when we first met, you seemed enormous. Much bigger than most any other foe I'd ever faced. But now, you're hardly any match for me.
Oh, thanks. And I remember back when first we met, my sleeping schedule was completely out of whack, but it's all better now. And I've still got my figure. Enormous, was it?
That's all a matter of perspective, as I've learned. For instance, you're quite minuscule in comparison to the father of all monsters, Typhon. He's properly enormous.
I'll have to take your word for it. Anyways, just how big can he be? No more than 3 square meals worth if I had to guess. Been too long since I had some monster meat. I'll stop again. If I'm not sleeping, no one is.
of those.
Lights.
Some wool. Next. More boozes. Hear me on my authority. Sink or swim. Spectral gate activated. Hermes offering this eve.
Flowers, but a few. Silk
And
of
scoop.
spider, tooth of shark. It's you!
The sweet and pungent aromas emanating from the cauldron of the witch enchantress Circe suggest the depth of her ability, whether as a practitioner of ancient arts or at...
I can breathe freely here.
That awful storm enveloping the mountain of the gods, why, just the other night it cleared, all brilliant moonlight in its place. I thought perchance you had achieved what you'd set out to do. But now you're back, and so's the storm.
It turns out the father of all monsters is not particularly easy to dissuade. I don't know who wants his vengeance against Lord Zeus more, Typhon, Prometheus, or Kronos.
Our Lady Hecate and you seek vengeance of your own. You've met Charybdis in the rift here, yes? An all-consuming force. When I imagine vengeance, all I see is that engulfing maw. So mote it be.
Thanks. Tula, go for it. Victory. Tula never fails. made it.
Would you believe it, hot stuff? I have on good authority that somebody around here has laid a claim to being eldest of Olympus. Well, Demeter, care to explain that one?
Estia, you had abandoned us. To be an Olympian is not merely a birthright, but a pledge, both to this family and this mountain. Restore your rightful status, and join me now to aid my granddaughter.
You can fly wherever you want now, but I'm glad you didn't go so far I couldn't catch up. Here, in light of your godlike wings, a little gift.
Oh, come on. Just because I've been flying around near Olympus doesn't mean I get to feast like I'm from there. But maybe with your permission, eh? You know what? I've got something for you too.
Is this one of your inventions? Amazing. Thank you.
Something happened since the last time you were here. These ships, one after another, they all sank. Never seen these waters so calm. Did you?
Did I reach Kronos in my father's house and slay him? Yes. And did he then reconstitute himself, perhaps entirely negating whatever I achieved? Also yes.
I always knew you'd get him, Nelly. But as you can see, his risen fleet has risen once again. Though sounds to me like you found one of its weaknesses. Whichever you want.
Thank you. Off he goes. Foremost ship. In the name of Hades.
Treasure from the sea!
Dry land. You.
Wait, so Prometheus is supposed to be in charge where the real action is? Thought he was busy getting pecked to the brink of death over and over by some bird.
I can attest he and that bird have come to terms. Come on, have pity on me, Eris. I have to deal with fire and feathers here and again at the top of Olympus.
It is a pretty good appeal, babe. But unfortunately for you, I don't have a heart. So come on, here comes your first helping of fire and feathers for the night. Out of ammo? This thing is full of sand. I've had it. Double damage.
it is. Now then. The purse.
The very mountain groans and rumbles underneath the feet of the princess. Its stonework shifting, not unlike her father's realm.
Reminds me of home now that you mention it. Autoseekers. Flame sigil. And down we go. Greater strength. Good. Not had enough of me, Draken. felt something.
Good evening, my dear.
Some flora.
Did Hermes leave me this? A note says, "Hey, M, take what you need for gold. Honor system." Olympus, I accept this message. Yes.
Grow strong under the stars.
Tuna, be my guest. No escape. A star sailor.
Demeter should be notified at once.
Laughable. In the name of Hades.
Hot stuff.
Tell me, Titan, do you recall a mortal woman by the name of Dora? Has Shade responded strangely when I mentioned you, but can't seem to remember what you did?
Let's leave it be, Agent of Change. That old Shade's latent memories have more to do with gods and their deceptions than with anything I did.
Elaborate. Tell me what happened to her. You keep blaming everything on the gods, as though all this is solely their responsibility.
Oh, on the contrary. I take responsibility for mortal kind. But for all their failings, vices, and downfalls, I am not to blame.
Lick your wounds. There.
A small discovery.
Be not afraid. See you in the crossroads.
Not even the intense heat rising from the mountain's central hearth can entirely dispel the chill here in the air. A gathering storm. Not wrought by gods, but
something friendly? That's good. These two again.
Ripe for the harvest.
Your father shall be hearing about this. Olympus, I accept this message. Greater might. Special delivery. His tail. One of them. Go, Tula. Come on out. Nasty storm gullet. Lord Hermes.
So, what did you think of Pop's Palace? Finally got to see the glory with your own eyes, a serious accomplishment given you're not supposed to be up here at all.
The Palace of Zeus wasn't like any place I'd ever seen. It's very beautiful, but very bright. I don't know how you all could live up there, but you must feel the same about where I'm from.
Well, I for one quite like it, Dark, but I've spent more time in the underworld than everybody else up here combined. As for the palace, at least it's kept us safe in all of this.
Let's keep it that way. Hear me, on my authority. They'll drown.
Some scarce deliveries risked by swift Hermes represent what aid the gods can finally provide unto the princess of the dead, now that the summit of Olympus lies before her.
I'll take whatever I can get.
Is behind you, young lady.
Olympus. Right now.
We'll hold the palace. Keep them occupied.
He's just another foe. He can be slain. Dora, I hope you don't mind, but I asked Prometheus himself about this old connection that you feel. He's cagey with his words, but does seem to remember you in turn.
Oh. Kind of weird of you to do that, especially since it sounds like he's trying to kill your family up there, but thanks. What do you say?
Well, he said he's not to blame for mortal kind's failings and such, and that neither are you, and asked I tell you so on his behalf. Before attacking me, per usual, of course.
Whew, that's a relief. All this time, I figured if there's any two individuals responsible for all the badness mortals have to deal with, it's Prometheus and me. We're talking stomach aches, heartaches, taxation, lying, cheating, you name it.
It's utter nonsense, but do you have any idea what he could have meant?
Nope. But since you're the one who's talking to him on the regular, maybe you could ask. Now that we're curious.
We'll figure this out. Another prophecy.
What are you looking at?
You've such disdain for what we're trying to achieve. You act as though nothing was lost. Don't you want to see Nyx again? Or Thanatos?
Don't I want to see my mother again, or brother number I have no idea? No, they were even more stuck up than you. No offense.
How can you say such things about your relatives? Were they crueler to you than this?
Nyx always wanted things her way. Why should she, or anybody, have that kind of power over me? Because she made me? She didn't ask my permission, and I don't need hers.
I'm sorry.
Good morrow.
There we have it. Come, moon dust from the dark of night. Headmistress, I saw Icarus up there during my voyage toward Olympus. He flies free, but fights for us still, doing what he can to disrupt the Titan's legions.
And? You need not make attempts to endear him to me. My judgment of one's character need not affect your own.
Sometimes I worry you think he abandoned us during a time of need, and wasn't a good influence on me.
You need not speculate about my thoughts. The follies of young Icarus are positively mild in comparison to most. I harbor no ill will toward him. He'd not be flying if I did.
Is he still welcome here, at least?
If that is both your wish and his.
Odysseus on leave. Gaia's secrets. It's cooking still. I don't suppose I could persuade you to come join me at the taverna for a bottle of ambrosia, could I, Headmistress?
No, I don't suppose you can, not now. I shan't darken the mood there amongst the shades requiring respite.
They're missing out, I'm sure. Welcome, Lord Charon.
Showed Eris, didn't you? Could hear her crying practically from here. Been far too long since last I kicked her ass myself. At least somebody's picked up the slack.
Perhaps all of those savage fights between you two contributed to her disagreeable nature. Or yours, for that matter. Unless you're certain neither one of you has changed a bit, in which case, what was all the fighting even for?
You've met her. She always liked picking fights. And you've met me. I've never liked backing down from them. As for you, go learn to take a compliment next time.
I must have missed it.
Sure did.
Perfect condition.